AGamer here, Season 8 is out for Guild Wars 2. I've got another warrior build. What else is new? So this time around, I got a build that hits hard, can take a lot of damage, and the best part is it's actually a vanilla build, so no need for a berserker trait line. So if you don't own HOT, not to worry, you can still climb that PvP ladder. So let's begin with my utilities. Healing Signet, still the most useful skill for the warrior in terms of healing. 344 health per tick, that's a lot. Plus one of my traits gives that once I pop it off, I gain might, and I'll explain why that's important once I get to the traits. Signet of Might, extra 180 power, I like that, but also once I pop it off, my attacks become unblockable for 6 seconds. Very useful, especially against Guardians. When they get low on health, they tend to pop off some sort of block, pop off my Signet of Might, I go straight through them, no questions asked, and they get downed instantly. Berserker Stance, this build is still susceptible, I can't say that word for some reason, it's still weak to Condis, so Berserker Stance is the answer to that. I gain Adrenaline once I pop it off, and Resistance for about 9 seconds. Very useful. Endure Pain and Vulnerability for 2 seconds and Break Stuns. It has its usefulness, so I keep that. Signet of Rage, so since I'm not using the Berserker trait line, I am running the Signet of Rage. I gain passive Adrenaline, and once I pop it off, I gain Fury, Might, and Swiftness. Mainly, the main reason why I actually use this instead of what was it called, Juggernaut, or Rampage rather. The reason why I don't use that is because I gain Might with a Signet of Rage, and again, I'll explain why Might is actually very important in this build once I get to the trait line. So with that, let's move on to my equipment. Alright, so for my equipment, I got the Greatsword, Axe, and Shield combo. The sigils on my Greatsword are the Sigils of Annulment and Sigil of Cleansing. Basically, I just want to remove some kind of boons off my opponent. I don't want them to have 25 stacks of Might or like 10 stacks of stability. I want that gone. Then with all the Condi builds running around, this is just extra Condi cleanse. I just like it. Then I also have Sigil of Absorption. Every time I use my Shield Bash, I most likely will interrupt an opponent, so I want to steal what kind of boon, whatever they have, especially if I'm fighting a Necro with 25 stacks of Might. Might is going to be mine, and I'm just going to be overpowered, so why not? Also, this build has been currently hitting 10k crits, especially with my Eviscerate, so the moment I switch to my Axe, I want to have a 100% crit chance, which is the reason why I use Sigil of Intelligence with my Eviscerate. So I switch my Axe, I pop off my Burst, bam, 10k crit on whatever I'm fighting. That's basically an insta-kill for most classes. Then for my Runes and Amulets, I got Rune of Strength and the Berserker Amulet, basically for as much damage as possible. This is basically a power build. So with that said, let's move on to my traits. Alright, so my traits, I got Discipline, Defense, and Strength. Starting off with Discipline, Warrior Sprint. I want to move faster, and I want to remove Immobilization, because mobility is everything. Brawler's Recovery, with all the Condi builds still running around, I just want extra Condi removal, so this is the way to go. And then a Burst Mastery, so I like the little extra damage increase, and I love the Adrenaline Restorative by 33% once I pop it off. So if I'm at level 3 Adrenaline, I pop off my Eviscerate, switch my Greatsword, still have level 1, pop that off, bam, just did like 6k in like 2 seconds. It's amazing. Then Defense, I'm running the Shield, so obviously Shield Master. Defy Pain, just that extra 2 seconds of invulnerability. I like that. And also Spiked Armor. I like Spiked Armor. Spiked Armor is kind of cool. Cleanse and Iron, so gotta use this. This is the answer. Basically the only way to remove Condis. The Berserker Stance nullifies Condis, but if you're fighting a Necro with Boon Strip, they're going to remove your resistance. Doesn't matter. This is the only way to actually physically remove the Condis. So, Cleanse and Iron. Alright, so Strength. This is the most important trait line in this build, switched off from the Berserker trait line. So let me explain. I actually have a lot to say about this. So let's begin. Alright, so let's start off with the first line. The Restorative Strength. Every time I pop up my heal, I gain 5 stacks of Might. And I'll explain why that's important. I actually pop up my heal quite often now because of this. Forceful Greatsword, gain a damage increase of 10%. I gain Might every time I crit, which is very good. And then my recharge is reduced by 20%, so my skills are available to me much sooner. And then this right here, this skill right here is the entire backbone of this whole build. Now let me explain why. You might be thinking, well, 133 health ain't a lot, and 5 endurance is also not a lot. But think about this. I pop off my Signet of Rage, I heal, I gain Might. I pop off my Healing Signet for a little bit of extra healing, about 500 more, 600. But think about this. I pop off my Eviscerate, I gain at full burst, so I hit him for 5k, I gain health, about 700. Then I pop off my Shield Stance, and also, I gain Might every time I'm hit. So not only am I blocking, but I'm healing, and gaining more power. And on top of that, I can pop off my Signet of Rage for more healing, I can pop off my Endure Pain and just keep healing. So on top of all this, I'm healing every time I get hit. I'm healing because I have 3 stacks of Adrenal Health, and I'm also healing because of healing signet, which is about already 700 ticks per second because of healing signet and adrenal health, and then I'm also healing every time I just get hit and gain might. So I'm basically unstoppable. Now, you still might be thinking, well, that's still not a lot. That can't be true. So at the very end, as always, I still have a highlight reel of just how effective this build is. So I recommend to check it out and just see how effective it is. Enjoy.